Hello everyone, welcome to another Versus video with Brad Nelson and Brian Braun-Duin. Today we're going to be playing some sweet decks that are pretty stock, so we're not going to be doing any deck techs. We're just doing some upgrades, and that's really what Dragons of Tarkir feels like. It feels like a set that gives a lot of decks small boosts. Like, we're going to see, like, the Mardu deck, well, the Osip Lebedakevich, it's close.
I think you butchered that. I think it's Osip.
Yeah.
You got the last name right, but
I think I missed a syllable.
Yeah, there's like an extra one in there somewhere.
Yeah. And his list from his 9th place finish, which was good job, Osip, drawn into 9th.
It's always a pleasure. I've gotten my fair share. I know the great success feeling you get when you get 9th.
Well, what was really funny is, I don't remember his name, which sucks, but at GP Miami, people love our long-winded intros, don't they? I think so. But one of the funny things about GP Miami is that my brother and I got paired against each other in the last round, and I scooped him into top 8. But I also played Osip in that tournament. So the other guy got 8th place, I don't remember his name, and played against my brother. But now if my brother scooped to me, I would have played Osip in the 1-8 seed in top 8.
Oh, yeah, because you would have won, and
his breakers were so close that he would have jumped with my win. And so, yeah, it would have been me versus Osip or my brother versus the guy that ended up taking 8th. I should have knew his name. I didn't know I was going to tell the story, but...
Not only are we daggering Osip for getting 9th, we're also telling the story of how he could have easily gotten 8th.
If something else went around, but anyway, his deck list was sweet. I made a couple slight changes since we have the new set. I have Kolaghan's Command in the sideboard along with Ultimate Price in the main deck. And Kolaghan's Command is not a card that we're going to see do anything in this matchup. But I do think that the card is very good. It's just an automatic 2-for-1. It kills Rebel Master, makes him discard a card, gets back a Soulfire Grandmaster in the late game, which is very appealing to me, since if you ever have the 7 mana and your opponent's in top deck mode, you can just go copy it, shock you, make you discard, put it back in my hand. And they just have to rip a removal spell, or they discard every single card.
And if they rip a removal spell and they kill your Soulfire, then the next turn you just cast it to get your Soulfire back.
Yeah.
And maybe you've drawn another spell by then or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think the card is very good, and it's broken with Soulfire Grandmaster. We're going to see decks doing that. I know it. I don't know when. I don't know where. But that will be a thing. It's my sleeper for the set. I think Kolaghan's Command is probably secretly one of the best cards in the set, if not the best one. But it's going to take some time, or metagame. But anyway, we've got BBD's deck, which we are mostly doing this video based around because he is playing Dromoka's. I always want to call it
Dromoka.
I want to call it Dracoma. I don't know why, but I like the name Dracoma.
Dracoma does sound more dragonly.
Yeah.
Like Draco or whatever. Draconic.
But yeah.
Dracomic.
Dracoma does seem like it should be the name, but it's Dromoka's Command, and his.
I think Dromoka's female.
Female? Okay.
I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, her command is all about destroying red-white.
Yeah. I'm playing Andrew Boswell's top 8 Abzan aggro list, and he definitely has a very unique take on the deck, where instead of playing like the standard like 20 creatures of, Fleecemane, Death Dealer, Anafenza, Rhino, and then some 5-drop like Whisper Widower, Wingmate Rock.
He went beat down.
Yeah, he goes beat down. So this is basically just green-white, almost like splashing black, where you have like Warden the First Tree and a bunch of other stuff. And I wanted to test a bunch of new cards in here. So like the main one is definitely Dromoka's Command.
Yep.
In a deck like this, where you have big creatures, like being able to fight's important. Putting counters on your guy is nice, but I think the best ability is sacking an enchantment. Like one of the big problems for this deck was Chain to the Rocks. So
yeah, I mean, it's also like I do think that his list was already moving towards the path to beat red-white. Like the format just got a little lower to the ground because of red-white. Like the reason we saw green-white do so well in Miami was just for the fact that Abzan control was becoming a thing, and everyone was having to pressure these outpost siege decks. So all the decks were getting lower to the ground. So like green-white came in and just said, I'll ignore all you because you're all going lower to the ground, not trying to interact as much with everyone because outpost siege is doing all this awesome stuff, and we don't care about outpost siege either because we're just going way over the top of it. And so, but Andrew's take on that was everyone's going to be playing Outpost Siege, everyone's going to be playing other Obs on decks. I'm going to get really low to the ground. I'm going to have these Boon Satyrs. I'm going to have these Bremas. I'm just going to have a huge threat density. I'm going to have enough removal to take care of a couple cards. But my 5-drop is actually a 3-drop creature that also has a removal spell when you block my guys.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've never seen Boon Satyr look as good as it does in this deck, too.
Yeah, Boon Satyr looks great in a deck with a bunch of big creatures that are cheap.
Yeah, and so, like, props to him. I think he is, like that was his breakout performance, right? Like, that was his first top 8?
No, he top 8'd a modern Grand Prix with Jund.
Okay, well, because he's up there with Duke, it sounds just like a Duke, right?
Yeah.
Obs and Jund decks. But that guy, I think, is going somewhere in Magic.
He's very good.
Yeah, even though, he is, like, our age, but I feel like he's the up-and-comer kid, just how Magic works.
Yeah, he just hasn't been in the circuit as long. Or, maybe he's been playing. He's probably been playing for a long time.
Well, he's really good.
Yeah.
And his deck list looks great, and we're going to take a look at that. Sorry for the long-winded intro, but let's go to battle, shall we?
But first...
Commercial breaks.
7.
Oh, the sevens game.
7.
We got to do the sevens game. What's in the box?
Well, for me, it's a 7. For you, it's any other number.
Yep, because I win every time.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to battle. All right, so here we are for game 1. Sevens game. Obviously going to be on the play, because that's just how it works. I was hoping that you got there on the first one. All right, this one was off camera, but it was a 6.
Yeah, it was actually a 1. Brad's just cheating the 7 game.
Ah, I'm on the play.
Hey,
again.
how lucky. How lucky.
I do have to mulligan, though.
All right, well,
that's where the luck comes from.
All right, perfect. And I have a perfectly keepable hand, so...
Yeah. Should we start over?
I could
Maybe
never
could
keep
win.
this hand if I was on the play. Jeez.
I bet you could.
Yeah, okay, I could.
100%. All right, there you go. All right, lands.
What about spells? You just want lands? 6 lands?
All right, we can keep this.
All right.
Go.
Lucky.
Lucky that I have a mountain and not a tap land.
Go.
Oh, no, not a warden. Not a warden.
Oh. He's a warden.
Go.
Ooh. Ooh. All right. I'll play this and attack you.
Are you not going to pump?
I'm not going to pump.
All right, I'm at 19.
Let's get a Death Dealer out there.
That is a deal. Attack you.
Tempted to block here, but I'll just take 2. So.
All right, 1821. I will play a Seeker of the Way, and he's going to be going to the Nomad Outpost.
All right. That's the way he's going?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and attack with, yeah, both of these.
I will be taking it.
All right, you'll be at 18. And I'll be at 17.
Playing an offensive. That is not good for me.
Go. That seems great.
All right, well, let's, All right, let's try to get some value moving.
Okay.
We're going to name cons.
Okay.
Go.
Seems, good, I guess you could say.
Are we going to get blown out by Jamoka's command?
Dude, that would be a delight, but I do not have the card. I will just do this, though.
There's a lot of damage coming in, but I think I'm taking it.
Alright, you take 8.
10.
10. I will cast a Fleece Mainline, and I take 1.
All right.
I'm at 16.
16 to 10.
Go.
All right. Let's hit some. That's a decent start.
That's a good one.
I like it. All right. Draw.
Draw Mocha.
I think we're going to be holding off on this one. lot of damage.
I think you're going to get
no.
You're going to get some life this turn.
Depends how I'm going to play out this turn. I'm going to gain some life this turn, but not a ton. All right. Guess we probably just want to get this into play. But this kills a guy. I mean, this is going to be targeting the Rakshasa Death Dealer no matter what. And it depends on if we want to kill off the Warden or get some creatures into play. But we're going to be gaining 6 life this turn. And potentially doing some more damage later. Yeah, might as well just have our mana be used the most efficiently. Alright, so I'm going to cast Outburst, make 3 Cedrics.
Sure.
And I'm going to attack you with a Secret of the Way.
Will not block.
Alright, I will kill the Rakshasa. That's going to gain me 2 life up to 12 because of the Soulfire, and then I'm going to deal you 4 down to 12, and I'm going to go up to 16.
Sure.
And that is all I can do for the turn.
That's it?
That's it.
That wasn't very good.
It wasn't?
No, that was pretty good. Alright, well... I think I am locked into attacking here, so let's go ahead and keep on bashing on in.
Alright, well, I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to just go to I want to mess with you. It's weird that you didn't put a counter on the Fleece Mane, because I just feel like you want the triple block, and then maybe there's some crazy blowout, but I just don't see how I win this game if I don't. I mean, if I start chump blocking, that's what you want. You want me to just dwindle away all my resources, so I think I'm just going to do that.
Okay, take 7.
Alright, I'm at 9.
And I am going to play another Warden and say go.
Okay. Alright, cons, trigger, swamp, draw, play swamp. I feel like there might just be a charm coming, but with 2 Wardens, getting pretty aggressive, I think I just have to go on the aggressive 2 and hope to just deal as much damage as possible. So I'm going to start the turn off by playing a Rabble Master.
Okay.
I can go to combat?
Nope.
Okay.
Before combat, I'll downfall it.
Okay. Downfall happens. And so he just has a 1/1. So I'm going to get my guys through, so I'm going to attack you.
Alright, I'm not going to block.
Alright, I'll price this and get a trigger. Gain 5.
Alright.
That's 14, you take 5 down to 7.
Yep.
Your turn. Oh, excuse me.
That is true. I was exiled.
Now I can see how this deck, it just feels like I'm so far behind all game, but if like these first creatures and an outpost don't get disrupted, like this life just keeps happening.
Yeah. I just haven't drawn a way to do that. So
Yeah,
I'll hit you.
6. It's not 8.
Yeah. Play another Death Dealer and say go.
Alright. Cons. Oh, that's why this deck sucks. Or not sucks, but this is when the games get rough. Don't think we want that. Go.
Okay.
Now I feel like I'm in trouble.
I'm going to level this guy up.
Yep.
Alright, so he is at level 1, and he does have a +1/+1 on him. So he's a 4/4 right now. Draw. Well, we'll go ahead and attack with everything, and I'm going to put a counter on the Death Dealer, I guess.
Alright, so that's going to deal 4 no matter what. So I do have to block both guys. Or 2 guys. No, I can just throw this under the bus. And it'll put me at 2. Alright, I have to do that.
Okay.
Alright, so I go to 2?
Yep.
Alright, ride on me?
Nope. I'm trying to think. My best line. Maybe I'm supposed to actually.
Just lifelink that guy?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to.
That's fine. All right, so he's just going to move up in the world, deal the same amount of damage, but you're going to 11.
Yeah, I go to 11. Go.
Yeah, I'm just dead. I think I have to keep this, but it is awkward. Yeah, I have to keep it. I'm not mulliganing it.
I mean, I have so many 1/1s for 1 in my hand. If I mulligan this, I don't know what I would be doing with my life. So, ooh.
Your turn, sir.
Ooh.
Actually, that is the wrong play. That is actually the wrong play.
Okay.
Scry, keep.
Dude, you gave me the information you have an Evolving Wilds in your hand.
That is true.
All right, I'm going to play a Warden of the First Tree.
Mountain, Chain to the Rocks. Go.
Ooh. It's fine with me, because I am going to follow it up with a Warden of the Second Tree.
Oh, no.
Oh. And I'll scry, and I'm actually going to keep this on top, because we have these fine gentlemen right here that would really like that.
Do you want to cut?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Drop. That's interesting. All right. I know, right?
Woo.
I guess I'm just going to slash that now. Your turn.
It's not very nice. I don't appreciate that at all. But I am just going to play a Fleece main line and Sandstep Citadel and say go.
All right. Now we're going to finish off all of our sack lands. Well, no, there's still Bloodstainmires in there, but
You should just play every possible
tap land.
Yeah.
So it's getting close.
It's pretty sweet that Evolving Wilds is now in the format thanks to
Yeah. Thanks to the new set.
Yeah, that's my favorite card. It's so good in there. Woo!
4 for 4, baby. Outburst. Your turn.
Okay. Attack with my lion.
Your lion is going to put me at 17.
Uh-oh, he's not blocking. That's why I gotta stoke the flames in his hand. I'm gonna play a Siege Rhinoceros.
All right.
14-23.
Yep.
You're up.
That's not
It's
that.
the old first Rhino of the match. Feels good.
All
It's
right.
probably about to get chained to some rocks though.
It is going to get chained to this rock. This rock now has 2 occupants. I'm going to attack you.
20.
And we're going to just set up this Bioblight so nicely.
All right. Well, I don't have Bioblight in my main deck, but I'm gonna.
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna. Let's see. All right, let's draw for turn.
All right.
Oh,
What?
it's a Bioblight. Yeah. And our real draw was much worse. Attack.
11.
All right, I will play Nasty Bramasti.
Nasty Bramasti is not that bad.
Go.
All right. I just went to the pen and pad just assuming it was the second Rhino. All right. Let's continue
All right,
this trend.
I'm
6.
at 14.
And I'm going to strike that before we can get to any monster shenanigans.
Well, that's a tilt. Draw. Well, Nasty Bramasti number 2.
All right.
You're up.
Chain to the Rocks. Nope.
None of the 4th chain. Rats.
I guess I'll put you to 9,
All right.
killing the Bremass token.
Yep, I go to 9.
And play that guy and pass the turn.
Killed the cat. What a
smart play.
what a scum move. Play a Mana Confluence combo. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I guess I'll attack with Brimaz and get a little. We have a cat over here somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't pull those out. Sorry. Cat.
Yeah.
I'll grab it, but does my block work?
Yeah. You blocking?
I'm gonna block this cat.
All right. I'm gonna boom satyr the cat.
Oh no!
Woo!
Wow, that's a good
is
play.
A thing that just happened.
All right, I'm at 8.
Go.
All right, that's pretty good. Oh no, this is bad. Go.
Yes. All right. This is where things start to get great. Ooh, that was actually not a bad draw. All right, where are these cats at? Let's attack.
Yeah. Well, I gotta hope that he never draws another relevant spell. All right, I'm going to block.
Quadruple block and block?
Yes.
Okay. Kill 3 of them.
Sweet. All right, I'm at 3.
And
now I have a chump blocker if I draw something.
I am going to play, let's see, how do I mark white, green, Anafenza, and then green Warden. Go.
Nope. That was a beating.
Boonsader.
Yeah, that Boonsader was good.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, so for my side, I'm going to be upping my curve and trying to get some damage in the air since I feel like the board gets so cluttered in the early game. Like, I can still win games with Outburst and Rebel Master, and Outburst is nice to have like chump blockers when I'm doing this. But I'm going to be cutting down on the removal that's situational, and because the deck does have Chain of the Rocks and Crackling Dooms, both which can deal with like a lot of the creatures.
Right.
I'm cutting 1 Soulfire because I just don't want to draw too many 2-drops, and 1 Outpost Siege just for the fact that I think like I'm going to be boarding 1 out on the play and more of them on the draw, just because of how I don't have much time in this matchup.
Yeah, like you don't always have time to like, even if you draw 2 cards off of it, sometimes it's not enough to catch up. If you're wasting 1 of your turns just casting a 4-mana enchantment.
And maybe I'm supposed to board more out when I'm bringing all this stuff in, but I don't think so.
As for me, I'm siding out. A little sad because I didn't get to draw it yet, so I don't actually know how good it is, but I can't imagine that a Grizzly Bear that's hard to cast is good against a deck with Wild Slash.
Yeah.
So I feel like this has to get boarded out. And Boonsader, same thing. Like, it was a huge blowout that last game, but I also had it in my hand the first game and it was super dead. And it just felt really awkward in this matchup where it doesn't trade profitably and dies to Wild Slash. And I just want a bunch of removal spells.
Yep. On the play, this hand's not that bad. I would like, a more aggressive draw when I'm on the play in these games, but that's not in the cards for me.
All right. Well, this hand seems okay. It's not, like, fantastic, but depending on what we draw, it could be really good. So we'll scry, and we are looking for that, actually, is exactly what we're looking for.
No, don't get exactly that. Go.
I mean, not exactly this, just any creatures. Go.
Okay. Well, it's nice that there's no 2-drop, which means that we're going to be able to at least not have BBD just get completely under us with this draw.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to cut?
I mean, I might still get under you, but that'll be after the video. So. Was that inappropriate? I don't actually know.
Slightly, but I'll live.
All right.
I'm going to get another mountain and make some Cedrics in your turn.
Sure. I'm going to fetch a forest. I'm at 19.
Does it matter if I get a mountain? No. I'll get a swamp. You're good.
All right. Come on, deck. No, that's not it. All right. Well, we'll play this Burmaz that we had, and hopefully it doesn't end up bad for us here. Go.
19 to 18. All right, draw for the turn. Wow. Well, that is an easy way to lose games.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, just only drawn Lance's game.
Sure.
All right, cons, go.
I can't believe you would do that. Draw. And attack with both.
Since Charm could still just blow us out a ton, I'm just going to triple block the Cat Soldier.
All right, well, I'll Charm and you sack an enchantment and put a counter on this.
Sure, and you take 2 of these, and I lose Outpost. All
and
right,
you take 3.
Yep.
So you're 15, and that's it for me.
Wow, and you're getting stuck?
Yeah, I have a handful of gas here.
Bottom, I have not drawn a non-land yet, or seen anything but a land. All right, attack you for 1, go.
All right, I am at 18. Tilt. I think we want to just use our mana the most effectively, which is playing a Warden. I'm saying go.
All right. Scry.
Sure.
Top.
Okay.
And go.
Time to make a 3/3.
Or no, I'm just gonna kill it. Attack or yeah, kill it. You can't play charm anyway.
All right.
And take you down to 17.
Sure.
And then your turn.
I'll respond to you attempting to kill it.
Yeah.
By making it a 3/3.
Okay.
And it still does. Draw.
At least it's not embarrassing to just kill a.
Yeah. Here we'll just play Anafunza and say go.
All right.
Once we start drawing lands, this game is. Whew.
Probably not stoked that because this is awkward.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, if he didn't play it last turn, I don't know why he didn't play it this turn. Or, like, it wasn't your top deck?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I drew
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Because, he didn't play it the turn where he just played a Warden. So I'm like, all right, well, that's probably the best line because this isn't going to be an offensive game.
All right, well, I'm just going to ultimate price it.
Yep.
And hit you for 4.
I'm at 11.
Go.
Dragon. Stoke it, attack.
All right, I'm at 16.
Go.
All right.
Maybe a Culligan? Maybe I should play one Culligan on my board?
That's actually really bad. I'll play this and play Sand Stuff Citadel. You're up.
Ooh. Look at that.
Another Outburst?
Yeah, look at that. Now I've got 4 relevant creatures. Your turn.
I have a feeling this is going to be a great turn. I'm going to Bile-Blight those tokens.
Yep.
I'll attack you, and I'm going to Charm, put a counter, and have you second enchantment.
All right, 7.
Go.
We're done here.
All right. With this, change your mind.
Jesus. All right, well, this is finally a hand that looks very similar to a Mardu deck that I remember when I played this deck, which was the first week it was made, so.
Well, I mulled a 6, but this is a fine 6, so.
All right, your turn.
And depending on what we draw here, all right, since we drew this, so if we didn't draw this, I was going to play this, but since we did, I'm going to do this. So, but I have to take a point to do it so that I can cast my spells in correct order, so.
All right, I'm going to go grab a Swamp 19 myself and play Seeker, and then it's your turn.
All right.
Do I get a mountain here? No, I get a Swamp.
I'll play Plains and attack.
Yeah.
So you were at 18?
Yep.
And then I'm going to also go to 18 and cast Fleeceman Lion. You're up.
Alrighty then. All right, draw for the turn. Play a mountain. Play Outburst, attack for 3.
Man. I am going to actually trade.
Sure, I go to 21. And
I think that's how this game is going to go, so. Where I just have to trade there. That was actually a really good draw. I'm going to scry, and I think I keep this as well. So I'll keep that on top, and I'm actually just going to level this guy right now so he can't wild slash it.
Sure.
Go.
Alright,
Okay.
attack you, bring a token, you eat that one, go to 15, and I'll play Nibble Wands, pass the turn.
Alright, draw. How many cards do you have?
I have 3.
Alright, I'll play Windswept Heath, and I think that I just say go.
Alright, crack. Oh yeah, I don't take any pain for that. Gonna grab a Plains.
Okay.
And a secret card underneath. Actually did that at the GP on accident. Just for some weird reason, I had an extra land after I shuffled my deck. I just dropped one. And like there's some people behind me just being like, to catch a predator. Like they're just waiting to catch Brad Nelson cheating.
Yeah.
And I untap and I'm like, why do I have a 6th land? Judge! Like, I have to call a judge to like figure it all out. And then somebody's like, oh, you dropped it while you're shuffling your deck. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks for trying to catch me cheating.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I would do the same.
Yeah, I mean, can't fault them.
All right, so we have options. One of them is playing these two creatures or these two spells, and trying to get in a ton of damage. But I do feel that, we have to figure out what's in BBD's hand. It's probably a removal spell that's just going to hit this before combat, and then we might just do this. And if he lets us attack with our guys, I guess if we attack and he can just level up. But if he lets us attack, maybe we'll just trade rabble with Warden. But then he just gets to then he gets to Bobblight in response. Wow, that's gross. Like, all the possibilities makes this a really disgusting combat.
Yeah.
Could
have everything. Could even have a Siege Rhino.
Even like the Dramoka's charm or command could be gross because, like, if we put Chain to the Rocks into play, trigger on the stack, he edicts and fights, and so then, like, you get to keep your 3/3 because the chain's gone.
Let me see how chain works. Is that how chain works?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done it. All of them do it like that now. Right. So this is, I think the best possible line I can take is just breaking even for the turn if you just level him up again. So I'm going to pass priority to you.
Okay, I'll pass it back.
Okay. Get a token.
Sure.
Declare attackers.
Sure.
Attack.
I will. Let's go ahead and. I want to do this. I'll block a token.
Okay.
That's.
You're not going to take damage?
Yep.
Down to 12?
Yep.
All right. Second main.
Sure.
Scry. Bottom.
Okay.
And play Ashclaw Phoenix.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn to you.
All right. So now, what am I doing? I'm at 12.
This might have been one of the most interesting turns in a versus video in a long time.
Yeah, I had a lot of decisions too.
Yeah.
You have 2 cards left in your hand.
I do.
It's 21 to 12. And
I just want you to know that neither of them is named or rhymes with your death dragon.
All right. Well, I think that I have to kill something here.
Yeah.
And I'm not actually sure which of these two I'm supposed to kill, but I think it's actually Rabble Master.
Sure.
And I'm gonna fetch.
Go to 11.
Yeah. I think that I have to actually just try to.
I'm very curious what was on your side. Like, I gave perfect information. I would have liked you to, like, go through your thought process there because, like,
yeah,
seeing your decisions from my side is very strange.
Yeah. So basically, I have my hand at that point is 2 Rhinos, Bioblight, and Ultimate Price.
Oh, you just didn't want to jam a Rhino there?
Yeah. Well, like, if I just jam a Rhino and you just kill my Rhino, then it puts me so far behind.
Sure.
And if I just get to sit there, if you play like a second Rabble Master, I can kill both. If you just
get aggressive and attack with the Rabble Master, you get to blow me out.
Yeah, basically, if he attacks with Rabble, I can Bioblade all the tokens. It gets +0, or it gets plus nothing, and I get to eat the Rabble. Basically, just like a lot of various things I can do there.
Pretty sure most players would not have played the turn that I played the way that I did with the options I had.
Yeah, I don't think people would have played my turn that way either. But I don't know that what I actually did was right. So
sure.
But I'll go ahead and. Yeah, I think I have to get aggressive here, so I'll attack.
All right, so this seems like a desperation move to just try to get the Ashclaw Phoenix off the board completely. And so, I mean, I just take it. I'm at 21. Like,
yep.
I can go to 18, whatever.
All right, and I'm going to play a Rhino. So I go to
15 to 14?
14, yeah, 14 to 15. Yeah. You're up.
Untap, draw. I'll just chain to the rocks the Siege Rhino, get in for 7, put you at 7, play a Soulfire, and pass the turn.
Yep. All right, so now him playing a Soulfire, I definitely can't attack anymore. So I'll just play a Rhino.
Yep.
And I go to 10, you go to 12.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I am... No, I can't attack. Go.
I mean, you're not dead. Oh, like Crackling Doom would kill you.
Like, I'm probably not winning, but...
Not anymore. That's just lethal.
Yeah, that's 8.
Yeah, because I get exactly 10.
That's exactly 10, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to be making a change now that I'm on the draw for Game 5. And that is that I'm cutting all the Rabble Masters. I'm not going to have Wild Slash in my deck. I only have 2 Siege in my deck. I'm cutting all of these, and I'm keeping 1 Ultimate Price in the main deck, just because it does kill Brimaz, can kill like a Warden if it's getting out of hand. But I want to try these Kolaghan's commands. Now, they might be too slow. Odds are they're going to be too slow. But, like, I want to live the dream of just locking you out of your draw step completely.
For the rest of the game?
For the rest of the game. And
what if my draw step is like a Vile Blade?
well, then we have to start over.
Okay.
You know? I'll still get the next turn, right?
Sure.
I do think that this card is good. It is a 2-for-1. I do just want to see how it plays out. So hopefully I draw it. If it's bad, it might be bad in this matchup. I think it's really good in these mirror matches, but I don't want too many Sieges in my deck, and I don't want any of those other cards. So.
All right, this hand is pretty awkward, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it anyway.
I mean, I'm keeping this hand. It might not get there, but I could never mulligan this.
Warden.
You and your Wardens, man.
Dude, I have...
Wardens for days.
Yeah, just all about that Warden life. I'll fetch a Plains and hit you for 3.
All right. I'm at 17.
Go. I'm at 19.
That is better than him playing another creature, since our whole, shtick from our deck is trying to just kill creatures.
Alright, so... There is one card that I would love to draw more than any other card.
Urborg?
Yes. And that's not the card I drew. I will.
It's always Urborg.
I will.
14.
And I'm gonna play Sandstep Citadel and say go.
Alrighty. I'm gonna attack.
Alright, it's 17 to 16. Yep.
And I'm going to play the Outburst. Your turn.
Yeah. Alright, draw. Well, that's a tilt. You have 5 cards?
Correct.
Alright, we'll keep on attacking.
Alright, I'm at 13.
And I'm just going to kill this guy right now.
Smart move.
Go.
Too bad I had backup.
Well, that's a tilt.
Yeah, we're just going to do this right away so I can get the lifelink out of it. I'm just going to stoke it, gain life, and attack you for 2.
Alright, so you go to 17, and I go to 15.
Correct.
Alright, deck. Go.
Uh-oh. Well, this is really bad for you. Attack you for 2.
Got my 13 to 19.
Yep. Actually, I'm just gonna actually fetch and then attack you. So I'm at 16, and then I go to 18.
Sure.
And then it's your turn.
So I'm gonna get stoked with buyback here.
Yeah.
Draw.
If you do anything. If not, I'm just gonna sit on it.
Alright. Well, let's see. I think I have to BioBlight your Goblin tokens.
Yeah. And I'll respond by activating this ability.
Sure.
And stoke you.
Okay. So 9 to 22.
And then this comes back, and these go away.
And then I'll play 1. You're up.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just going to chain that and get in for 2, put you at 7. I go to 24, and your turn.
Draw. A little late, but
Got it.
maybe still in time. I'm going to go ahead and Bile-Blight your Soulfire Grandmaster.
All right. I'm going to be going to 23 no matter what this turn. And I really don't see any reason not to just stoke you. I mean, you could maybe hit a creature and, like, whatever, but I feel like if your hand is, like, all removal, I'd rather have you at 3 life, so I am just going to stoke you.
Okay, so 27 to 3. All right, uphill battle, but we're still in this game.
It isn't over.
Drawing that Urborg helped a lot. If he doesn't have another...
Scry. Don't think this is relevant, but it's hard to not just keep, because it does have to, it's just going to have to hold a guy back, so sure, go. It's going to either have to die or hold a guy back.
All right, well, Rhino.
Yep.
I'm at 6.
6 to 24.
Go.
Seeker, go.
Okay.
Would you have kept there?
I mean, is your hand just a brick?
Yeah. But, like, it's...
Yeah, it still makes me... It's
Interact
still
with
a
it.
thing that I have to deal with, yeah. Attack with Rhino.
Yeah, 20.
All right, 6 to 20. I am going to just say go.
That's gross. All right, Chain of the Rocks.
Yep.
All right, and attack you.
Ultimate price.
Yep, your turn.
All right, draw. Scry. And I'm going to bottom that. We do not need more lands at this point, but I will play this Rhino.
Oh, God. 17 to 9.
Go.
Dragon! Go.
I like this. This is great. I like everything about what's just happening right now.
Just me flooding out?
Yep. Attack you.
For 13.
And I'll play a very fine top deck and Warden of the
Oh,
First Tree.
jeez. Yeah, I mean, that's game.
There was a point where my board was Plains Forest and my hand had 3 Bile-Blights.
Oh, wow.
I had the sand step, but it came to play tapped, and then I didn't draw another Black Source, so I was like, this is real bad.
Well, Rhino's good.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good magic card.
We learned something here today. Siege Rhino.
It's
Good
still
card.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a card that hasn't seen much play. We got to test it out. Just came out 8 months ago. It's good.
No, I mean Boswell's list looks great, and I really like the Wardens. I was never impressed with it before this version, and
yeah, they were actually good. Like
yeah,
he found a version to make a card that's bad in every other version of the deck actually good.
Yeah, and I can see how he top 8'd. Now I didn't even know his list until this video. Like I just never went back and looked at the list because when my brother made top 8 in Miami, I just was only focused on his bracket. And once I saw Boswell just get 2-0 stomped out of top 8, I just didn't care anymore. And then it was like the new set. So usually I know all 8 deck lists that made top 8, but this time it just
well, I mean, it was a new set came out, so it didn't matter that much.
Yeah. But it does because this deck does look really good. The new charm seems really good in that sideboard or in that main deck. BBD and I have been arguing about the numbers that it should have, and we'll keep that one away from the audience, much like Sign of Blood and Underworld Connections. Yeah, we'll argue until the days of end.
Yeah, I mean, we both think that Green White Charm is good, but we have different opinions on how good it is or when it should be played and stuff like that.
Yeah, usually like I consider it like a 1 or 2 of in the main deck or like a very good sideboard card. And BBD is just like, let's jam them like downfalls.
I mean, I only had 3.
Yeah.
But then again, I only had 3 downfalls.
You got a downfall for 1?
Yeah.
You are a savage.
Dude, you got to try it out.
That's true. Yeah, so from our side, if decks are moving towards Obzon and playing a bunch of this charm, that's is the doom for this deck. Like red-white splash with the 4-chain 4 outpost has become like the thing that everyone's been doing.
Yeah.
And it's been really good, and I talked about this earlier in an article because Sultai Charm was the only thing that punished it in game 1. But now there's a card that actually punishes it. It's not just a 1-for-1. Like I tapped out for that card and I was like, well, if you have a command in hand, I'm dead. Like you're just gonna fight one of my guys and kill an enchantment and just 2-for-1 me and I take a bunch of damage. and I did nothing with my turn 4. And that's what it felt like with that. So I think red-white decks are going to have a shift. Outpost Siege might just become a sideboard card again, depending on what the metagame looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty confident that that's just the way to move forward. But we wanted to see what the Charm could do against the one of the most popular shells in Standard currently. So
yeah, like I felt like Abzan Aggro has been a good deck, but the power or like the prevalence of red white is what's really been keeping it down, because like Chain to the Rocks and like also Crackling Doom and cards like that just punish Abzan Aggro so hard. Like you play your first 2 guys and they get slashed or striked while your opponent's got like a Seeker in play, and then you finally play your Siege Rhino, which is supposed to like stabilize the board and let you start to get on the offensive, and they just Chain to the Rocks it and play Rabble Master.
Yeah. And
you're so far behind. But having access to like a way to actually kill their Chain to the Rocks now can certainly help.
Yeah, and I think Jamoka's command is very much the hot, like I've said earlier, is like the hot knife through butter for the red-white archetype, and that's really going to push that home.
Yep.
But it does feel more like a sideboard card. Like I have it in the sideboard of my Abzan Control deck. You'll see later this week. And it just feels like a very good additional sideboard card, and maybe like a one-of in the main deck because it does have some implications. But like Sultai Charm can kill a creature or destroy an enchantment, and that's the big difference to me. But we'll see moving forward. We're going to be testing a bunch leading up to this Invitational this weekend, and
hopefully we'll learn some things then.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we will learn something.
You know what I want to learn? Ultimate Price is really good.
Ultimate Price is very good.
Yeah, I didn't have to actually learn that.
That is very true. But yeah, for these red-white decks, for you guys going to the Invitational or playing Magic this weekend, since it's the race weekend, we can start playing with these cards. I would suggest trying to find a version of this deck that doesn't lean so heavy on these enchantments, because I do feel like they're vulnerable right now. And when cards are vulnerable, you just have to find new strategies, which is fine. Like this was a good deck for an existing archetype for a long time. The 6 weeks that it was in Standard.
Yeah.
And now we move on and find different things. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Join us this weekend when we will be in Richmond for the StarCityGames Open featuring the Invitational. BBD and I will be battling alongside a lot of other guys. And Cedric and Patrick Sullivan and probably Matthias Hunt.
I would assume.
Yeah. We'll be bringing you guys 16 rounds of Swiss that we will have to play all of them because they changed the rules.
Yep.
No more buys. And along with a top 8 that Tom Ross will probably win and join me in the Players' Championships. And then I wake up from my dream. Anyway, we'll see you guys this weekend.
And then it wasn't a dream.
And it was reality.
Yeah.